I'm banned, baby.
Wow.
Oh, Binder's here. He can tell us about the ban. Ban Binder.
Binder,
All the most ban on the internet arrives.
I just expressed my solidarity with you, Binder. This is some bullshit.
Wait, so I'm sorry. What happened? You were banned?
I just got banned from Twitter.
Okay,
Wait,
so my power went out, so I missed that conversation. That's insane.
He's purging everyone who's ever spoken about who covers him. They've removed Donnie from CNN, Ryan Mack from the New York Times, Drew Hardwell from the Washington Post. There's a whole list of people who he's suspending, and it's everyone who covers the Elon Musk beat at various publications. I'm banned, baby.
Wow.
Is it like a permanent ban?
Probably.
That's what it says.
Oh my fucking God. He's really lost it.
Permanent?
He's really lost it.
That's what it says. I try to refresh Twitter. There's a little message that says, the weird thing is I'm able to get in to see my feed. I just can't see any
app
message.
Don't work. Ain't that some shit because ain't no employees. Interface can't even block you right. The man done fucked the whole app up. He can't even kick motherfuckers off the app properly. The man is an idiot.
Everyone tweet out for me that I'm on so we can at least get the views on the leftist mafia stuff.
I'll do that right now. I'll do that right now.
Oh my God, this is a train wreck. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was so close to 100,000 followers too. I was like just a few thousand followers away. How many years on that app?
I'm really fucked up for you. I'm really upset. Like, this is bullshit.
That's really fucked. Yeah.
Hassan just tweeted about your ban.
Yeah, well, if only there was hold on, Sam Cedar is messaging me. A whole bunch of people are messaging me right now. I'm like,
that's ridiculous.
This is breaking news, folks. Sorry, we haven't had
We got the most famous man on the internet.
I did see that Aaron Rupar was also banned. He's the guy that posts a lot of clips online.
Aaron Rupar was banned. See, here's the thing. I could see my live Twitter feed, like the people I follow. I can't see my own posts. How weird is that?
They don't have employees left to do that, so.
I heard what was his name? Ethan Klein said the same thing when he was suspended, or I guess he's still banned. That he could see the feed, but he can't see his own, or he can't tweet, but he can see the feed.
That's some fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's so fucked up and arbitrary. Like, there's no reason. It's just you're criticizing Elon Musk. What a petty.
I didn't even post any links to.
I'm feeling wildly litigious. Like, this feels fucked up. Like, I'm like, what? Like,
bring back the Stormfront guy, but ban Matt. Got it.
Yeah.
I didn't post any location data. I didn't share the links to any of those sites. I followed the rules. All I did was criticize him like he said was fine.
What was the reason for the ban? What did they give you?
They don't tell me nothing yet. I didn't even get an email. It just says when I try to log in, I basically get a message that says your account is suspended and is not permitted to perform this action. Like when I try to refresh or whatever. But I could see my feed of people who I follow.
Elon rushed into Twitter headquarters in the dead of the night to block you personally. That man went there with his robe on and bedroom slippers, like, get out of the fucking way.
Oh wow!
Someone in my chat, Tony, saying Donnie O'Sullivan as well. Isn't he that CNN guy that interviews like Trump?
All of Taylor Lorenz tweets just disappeared. Taylor Lorenz's entire Twitter.
He's doing a purge as we.
He's doing the purge. We're witnessing the purge live.
That's crazy.
Oh my God. Somebody just posted him and Jizz Lane. They're gonna be gone. I see that through my.
Everyone should fucking post that image. Fuck that.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm still on this shitty platform is because news gathering and like clips go of like shit that I have to cover, right? So otherwise, I would be off this garbage. Like I don't need to be on Twitter. There's no reason except that I do this fucking job.
Yeah,
and
same.
to make his life worse.
And someone in my chat saying, meanwhile, Elon's tweet doxing that kid is still up. I don't know what that's about, but if he doxed somebody, yeah, that's fucked.
So he basically claimed, and this is where the story gets really interesting yesterday, that he was attacked in his car with his children in the vehicle when someone jumped on top of his vehicle. And then he posted a video of him, I assume it's him, filming someone who's wearing a mask and then saying, does anyone know who this is? And then he films the person's license plate. The weird thing is that like now there's other groups potentially associated with government agencies that are saying that based on their tracking of the GPS, that he was not actually at that place at that time. So something isn't adding up as of right now. It's all very weird. It's also dangerous because if that person could have been the person who jumped on his car, could not be, but we've seen the power Elon has now to basically label someone, say like a pedo, like say the head of trust and safety, Yoel Roth. Like I'm not here to defend CEOs and millionaires and fucking of corporations and giants, but by Elon saying that this person is a pedo, look at his PhD thesis, it proves he's a pedo. When the PhD thesis had nothing to do with being a pedo, it was that queer kids go on Grindr. We should acknowledge this and do something about it, because they will do that. That's the real world. That's what we live in. That's what his PhD thesis. And he's like, yeah, it's because he's a groomer. Now that person got so much death threats and hate that they had to move. Like he has the power to swarm people if he wants to. His political enemies, his business enemies, anything he wants. It's a boy with a toy, and he's playing with this toy like you would expect a dictator to right now, except it has the power to destabilize countries and do revolutions. We have a billionaire evil dictator who has the power to do that kind of stuff.
And isn't he just like losing all that money? Like that's 44 billion.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was already worth like, not even half that at this point. But now you're really killing the platform. Like at this point, you're really burning that money by doing shit like this. Like why would people stay? Why are advertisers going to stay? Why is anyone going to stay? That's relevant.
Yeah. Did you see that he actually personally calls chief executives if they suspend advertising to like berate them? And so this led to other corporations essentially just like reducing ads to the bare minimum so as to go unnoticed and not get a call from Elon Musk. Like everyone just doesn't want to associate with him because he's such a fucking weirdo, but you're kind of attached because if you sever that tether, then he's going to call you and berate you personally. I mean, what a freak show. What a freak. I'd rather, honestly, Twitter just completely go the way of the dodo at this point, based on how he's seen it. Like I use Twitter. I like Twitter. I use it for my show, like David also. But I mean, at this point, it's so bad. And I kind of want it to go down just as a fuck you to Elon Musk too.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to point out, when Matt Binder went on Tim Pool's show, he was debating and arguing with Tim Pool. And at one point, Tim Pool brings up this whole free speech argument. And then Matt Binder was like, well, yeah, I sometimes feel that Republicans just want to say the N-word. And Tim Pool's like, no, we don't. As soon as Baked Alaska was allowed back on the platform, one of the first things he did was post a poll, should I say the N-word, yes or no? And obviously his audience was like, yes! And then he got roasted, like, nonetheless, because he was like spewing a whole bunch of anti-Semitic nonsense at the same time. So Matt, I'm glad you got proven right in real time with one of Tim's friends.
Yeah, is Tim Pool now going to say that it's a right-wing outlet? Because that's what his argument was. His arguments were the opposite before. There was like a pro-leftist, like the TOS is baked in because misgendering is considered hate speech. And since right-wingers don't accept the identity or the legitimacy of trans people, then that's inherently biased against conservatives. When it's like they have religious protections too and whatnot. But is Tim Pool going to come out and say that it's now officially biased against the left? Because it's very clearly more biased than it ever has been.
Well, no.
Yeah, I mean,
no, he's not going to do that.
It's so ridiculous that this is going on right now. I mean, what is going to be the response? Like, how do you just? It's not even like it's not even well planned out. They're literally just knocking out every journalist who dared to criticize Musk.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I've said it on this show or if I'm texting people this, but I never shared the Elon Jet links. I never shared a location info. I just criticized him for banning the account because it was posting basically public information. And that's it. I mean, I always made sure that I followed the terms of service and the rules, whether it was old Twitter, new Twitter. I can't retroactively go back like Elon Musk wanted Elon Jet to do, follow rules that weren't even made yet. But I bet if you even looked at all my old tweets, if you could find them, nothing ever broke any policy, past, present, or future.
Yeah, you don't even curse on Twitter, Matt. Like, I rarely even see you curse. Like, there's no there. How can he get you? It's straight up just pettiness.
It doesn't tell you like why you're banned or like what offending tweets or whatever.
It doesn't say nothing. I didn't even get an email.
I told y'all Elon did that shit personally. There's no formal notice. He did that like, fuck Matt. Like that is what happens, okay? Like, oh yeah, that's some bullshit. That's the thing is there's no longer, from the minute Elon took over, it's clear they're no longer a Twitter rules or service or none of that shit. Like it's It's just whatever Elon wants to fucking do. And that's apparently wage war on child. I want to say all of us, but I don't want to put my Twitter account on notice with Twitter. I'm not gonna take it so smooth if he takes my Twitter account. You're gonna come on here real smooth. I will come on here like Franklin in season 5, carrying the fuck on. Fucking problem, okay? I talk about act a fucking fool. I'll be on Instagram calling for that man.
That's the thing. I should have spent more time on other accounts. I mean, I regret spending all this time on Twitter now.
Yeah,
I'm getting a bunch of people following me on Instagram and elsewhere, but I don't post on there. I guess I got to start.
Yeah,
I honestly
honestly
just like Twitter. Honestly, to be fair, I mean, YouTube.
That was me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Mastodon was banned too, by the way, a competitor to Twitter. I don't know why though.
Like a link to their account or a link to
the official Mastodon Twitter account.
They were banned.
Yeah, they were banned.
Yes.
They shared
Come
the
on,
Elon Jet.
how could anyone
They shared the link
defend
to
you're
Elon
banning
Jet.
competition?
Yeah.
Come on. What a
See, I didn't
fucking
even share-
fucking clown.
you know
I hope
what
Elon's listening. Fucking clown. You're a fucking clown.
You know what I shared?
Piece of
I
shit.
shared the
We're all banned.
I shared that post that Donnie posted from CNN before he got banned. Did you guys see that?
No.
No.
Okay, so Donnie from CNN, Donnie O'Sullivan, he covers the right, and he's the guy who usually is on the street at the Trump rallies and stuff. He reached out to the LAPD and they gave him a statement on the Musk incident. LAPD's threat management, and remember, Elon Musk said he was accosted, his car was accosted. He blamed Jack Sweeney's Elon Jet account, which tracked his private jet, and and he said that his car was attacked with his kid in it or whatever. And the LAPD said LAPD's threat management unit is aware of the situation and tweet by Elon Musk and is in contact with his representatives and security team. No crime reports have been filed yet. So there was no police report.
Because he's full of shit.
Lying.
That's why.
You just be lying.
I don't know.
You just be talking shit.
I don't know how rich people do it. But as he said he was going to take legal action against Jack Sweeney, the 20-year-old who's running that Elon Jet account on other platforms. But how you didn't even file a police report. No judge is they're gonna think it didn't happen. You got to file, at the very least, you got to file their police report so you have the paper trail.
He's not doing it because he doesn't intend to do anything other than give his little people on the internet something to suggest that there's something real, or he's the one that's really in danger. That's how he's trying to switch the narrative, because he's in trouble, because he's literally attacking trans people and all this. So that's how he tries to re-victimize himself. He has no intention of doing anything legal. He's just talking a whole bunch of shit, just a bunch of bullshit in this app for people to say. That's the use of my child. My child was in the car, like he be with his fucking children. Give me a fucking break. Like, that's lying, just lying.
Well, he has to live with the fact that most people see through him. Most people see him as a fraud. And the only people who accept how uncharismatic and uncreative and stupid he is are right-wingers. Like, that's the only tribe that would accept him. The dumbest people ever. When he wanted to be like the next Iron, or like a real-life Iron Man, he wanted to be seen as like this great entrepreneur who'd take humanity to Mars. But no, he's just a shit poster who right-wingers like, because they're he's letting them back on. So he's pathetic and sad, and he has all the money in the world, but he can't buy love and support from people, real people.
And he looks like condensed milk.
And
that part. And that part.
Yeah,
he looks like a
weirdly shaped.
No, I got one. He looks like the stock photo that is used in the Tinder ads for the swipe left part in the commercial.
I don't get that though. All right. Well,
I gotta say it's a good list. It's a good list to be on. Donnie O'Sullivan, Ryan Mack, Drew Harwell, Micah Flea from Intercept.
You might be getting some like mainstream media
Aaron,
requests to come on. Like I could see CNN like contacting you. I mean, like come talk about this.
Yeah. It's really nice that you're here, because like the viewers went up to like 700 instantly, because it's like, oh, the banned Matt Binder, the most censored man.
Banned. I'm too hot for Twitter. Censored.
Holy shit! My viewers on Twitch went up too. There's like multiple of us streaming on Twitch, and yeah.
I mean, I didn't like. I wish I had an
That's hot right
interesting
now.
story. I wish I had an interesting story other than I've been critical of Musk for a long time. I mean, people don't realize. I don't think people know this story because I've been tweeting a lot about Nexium lately because of people like James Lindsay, who's apparently very close with Nexium's Nikki Klein, who helped groom women for Keith Raniere, the convicted sex trafficker who ran the Nexium grooming sex cult. And people don't know this story really, I don't think, but in 2018, Elon Musk was going goo goo gaga over to this website called The Knife of Aristotle, saying how this is how, this website is how, he said it inspired him that he should get, start his own media organization because this is how like the news should be done or whatever. I don't remember exactly what it says, but he was like thinking it was a great website. Turns out that The Knife of Aristotle was a propaganda outlet for Nexium. It was run by members of Nexium so they could control the narrative and fight back about bad press about their sex cult. This is before Keith Raniere went to jail. So he literally was adoring this fucking cult's propaganda outlet and saying how it was a wonderful example of good media. So I mean, this is what he wants, This is what he wants. This is who he is, and I guess next you'll see him tweeting Nikki Klein on Twitter and talking about how Keith Raniere should be free, and the FBI planted all that evidence where he was grooming and raping 12-year-olds and 15-year-olds and branding women like cattle. I'm sure he'll say all that stuff was planted by the FBI next.
See, I didn't even know about that. I thought that the Ghislaine picture was incriminating enough. And the accusations of other people being pedophiles was incriminating enough. But one thing that's ironic about all of this is last week he tweeted the Follow the Rabbit, which is essentially a QAnon rallying cry. And then people on QAnon messaging boards were ecstatic that Elon Musk might be one of them. And it's so bizarre to consider like this group who thinks that there's this elitist cabal of pedophiles who's drinking the blood of children is ecstatic that Elon Musk, pictured with Ghislaine Maxwell, is now one of them. Like, he's the person who you should be suspicious of, right? I mean, if you think that Hillary Clinton is sucking up the adrenochrome from these kids, then, Elon Musk has got to be orders of magnitude more guilty. I still understand it. Like, freaks love him, and that says a lot about him. These are the people who he attracts. Freaks flock to him like stank on shit.
Absolutely.
Well, youtube.com/MattBinder. Everyone should subscribe to me there.
There you go.
Patreon.com/MattBinder. Twitter was my main platform that I posted on. So, 100,000 or close to 100,000 followers. I basically probably have to start all over again somewhere else. So I'm in Instagram.com/MattBinder. I don't know what else to promote. Really, those are my. I guess the newsletter. Yeah. I have a Substack at misinfo.substack.com, like misinfo as in misinformation, MISINFO. Subscribe there. I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't know. Just bizarre turn of events.
Yeah, Twitter's not going to be the same without you. Like, you post some bangers.
Yeah, well. It's okay. It's all right. I'll be fine. What really gonna suck is when I wake up tomorrow morning and I usually just grab my phone and see what's going on. That's when it'll hit me. That's when I'll be like, "Fuck."
Matt, do you want to share my account? We'll make it a Mike and Matt account. I'll just give you the password.
You're gonna be, and you'll be suspended immediately.
Yeah, then you're definitely gonna be suspended.
Well, it'll be like those couple Facebook accounts, but instead just like. Two people just like, no, Matt's back.
I hope you got your account back. This is some bullshit.
I know, that's so fucked up. I'm
so
disappointed.
I'm like sick for you. Like the work that goes into building a platform, and we are around the same amount of followers, so I understand. I feel deeply.
Organically with no bots or anything. I mean, I think people who track social media, they value that at like it's like that's almost worth like 90K or something to have an account that huge because you have the ability to spread information on a very large platform. To
actual people, by the way, because we actually have to build our own platforms, unlike Unlike the right, we actually have to build our own platforms. Like we don't have fucking bots and shit. Like
we don't pay for advertising. Like we don't do any of that.
Someone contact my buddy Tim Pool and ask him what's going on. I mean, hey, how many lefties does he many lefties does he have on the show? I mean, it shows that I'm one of the few who reach out and contact and interact, and I'm totally open to talking with people. That's what Elon Musk wanted, right? Free speech. Hell, I even said I agree with the idea that people shouldn't be permanently banned. I believe everyone should have like a amount of time and then be brought back. And if they break the rules again, then ban them again. I also agreed with his idea that people should know whatever filter or shadow banning they have on their account so they could fix it and stop tweeting a certain way if it's breaking the rules or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, those are the only good ideas he had. The rest of everything he wanted to do sucks. And if this is what he wants, I mean, I can't imagine. I think this is a major step in people changing their mind about this platform. I'm not saying because of me. I mean, the aggregate of it, and I'm sure there's still people being banned. I mean, everyone who dares to report on or criticize Elon Musk, even if they're following Twitter policy, gets banned. I mean, how does that work? The whole point of Twitter is that it's a politics and news media outlet, more so than any other social media platform. Without that, this platform dies. Like that's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of it.
Just to update, Keith Olbermann's also been banned now.
Why has Keith Olbermann been banned?
He was also apparently very critical of Elon Musk on Twitter, so that appears to be the reason.
So
what a soft bitch. Just gotta say so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But seriously,
like he's like Trump with the power of Twitter. Like this is what Trump would do if Trump controlled Twitter.
It's really
YouTube.com/MattBinder, Twitch.tv/MattBinder, Instagram.com/MattBinder. I'm pretty much Matt Binder on every platform.